But anyway, so your first type of video is that acquisition video, a video that you're going to use to attract people to you. The second type of video is what happens after your first video is successful. So you make a video and you're sharing with people how to sell their house in Dallas. Well, what happens next? They reach out to you, correct? That's the ideal. That's when they start. It's people are attracted to you. So at this point, they can follow up with you in several different ways. You could either do a video flow, like I've shared in this mastermind, I think 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. It was a video ask series that I shared with you on our conversion strategy. You could intake that way, meaning you can walk them through a video funnel and they would give you their contact information to become a lead. You can ask them to click on a Calendly link and get into your calendar. You can ask them to email you. You can ask them to call you. You can ask them to reach out to you. So once they reach out to you, that's when you have the conversation with them. You're starting to assess the situation. What are your goals? Do you have any debt on the house? When are you looking to move? What's your motivation? All that fun stuff. So after that initial conversation that you have with the people that reach out to you, that's when you introduce the second video, which is essentially it's the appointment video. This is a video that you send after the fact, after you have a call with the individual, as a way to say thank you and also prepare them for the appointment. So again, just walking through the entire transaction, the entire way that this ends up working. Somebody reaches out to you. I saw you on YouTube. I'm interested in listing my house in Dallas. And you have that conversation, however long you have it. Well, your next move is to set the appointment, to go to their house, assess the property, show the CMA, get the listing appointment signed and all that fun stuff. Well, after you have that conversation, the next step is to send them this appointment video. So this appointment video can be very, very simple. Just a phone is all you need. Just recording a simple thank you and sharing a bit of excitement for the appointment that you're about to go on and setting the expectation for the appointment, right? So this is, some of you will send the listing package ahead of time before stepping into the house. Some of you will do the listing presentation with that listing package while you're in front of the client, the homeowner. Whatever strategy you use, this video is going to work. But the important thing here is to send that follow-up video to really stand out and to really solidify that appointment so you minimize the opportunity of them canceling your appointment, right? So that's that second video, and I dropped it in the chat. The third video, so again, we're going through the transaction right now. So the third video is the post-appointment video. That's where you go into the thank you and the next steps. So going back to the transaction, you go to the listing appointment, you do your listing presentation or whatever you end up doing in the listing at that appointment. Once you leave, you follow up with the thank you and next steps video, really reaffirming everything that you mentioned to them in the listing presentation as to what the next steps are. Right. So it's more of a reminder, right? So you leave the house, hopefully with the listing agreement signed, ready to go. You follow it up with a brief video, sharing again a bit of gratitude. So a thank you. And then also these are our next steps, whether your person's going to come by and drop the for sale sign, or your lockbox is going to come, you're going to install a lockbox later, or your listing, pictures are going to be happening next week. Whatever your process is, that's what you want to share and convey in that video. Does that make sense? So far we've made really three types of video, three types of videos. One is the acquisition video, which I gave you an example of that, but you can do multiple versions of it. The appointment video, that one you only need to do once. In all honesty, it doesn't need to be done over and over and over again, because you can leave the name out of that video and send it to all of the leads that you have a conversation with. The post-appointment video, same thing. You don't have to do a brand new one every single time. You can send them that video after that listing appointment and leave the name out so you don't have to create that video over and over and over again unless you want to. Is this making sense so far?
Yes, but this is like a text video. To text it to them, it's not on YouTube.
Great question. You can do, in this particular instance, I would suggest doing a text video. Now,
and
the challenge...
CRM kind of form, kind of like, when you can do it in KV Core, or is it like a follow-up already systematically?
You can. I don't recommend it that way because there you're talking... You're not going to... I mean, yeah, if you have 50 or 100 listings, that's awesome. That's great. But you're still able to send it personalized, right? Okay. So systematizing something that doesn't happen at least 100 times in a year, it'd have to be pretty special to do that.
Okay.
So that's your post appointment. So that's a great question. You can, if you find yourself that the video is too long for you to convey what you really want to convey, then default to the alternative, which is uploading it to YouTube and then sharing the URL. It becomes a little bit less personal, but you're able to do that. And something that I found out, I think I found that out at the same time that Ian did, you can go online and upload a video. I think it's called like compress.io. I don't know what it's called, but basically I uploaded a video that was 300 MBs or whatever those are called, megabytes, I guess. So it was 300, but I wanted to send it through DM, and it only gives me 25 megabytes. So my video was way too large. So I went to a website, I uploaded the website, and it compressed it to 18 MBs, so megabytes. So I was able to send it, and the quality was just okay. I mean, not just okay. It was okay. It wasn't terrible. So I say that because I literally just found that out this week. But if you find yourself having a big file for the video, you can upload it online and then it'll compress it. Danny, I don't remember compressed video.
What are you calling about?
Compressed video.
You can also get a free download called Handbrake. I've used Handbrake for years for uploading, files, these large, hour-long interview, podcast type session stuff. I've had to compress them to upload them to YouTube. So Handbrake is one software that you can download. And then I would suggest, if you do download Handbrake, go on YouTube and just type in best Handbrake settings, and you'll find a lot of videos. That's how I learned how to go in and tweak the settings. So every time you do drop a video in Handbrake, it'll compress it the way you want it each time, and then you can drag and drop it wherever. So that's one that I've used. But I think what Jaime's talking about is you probably went to Google and typed in compressed video, and boom, something popped up for you.
Yeah. That's exactly what I did. I just went, most of these were free. So I just uploaded the video and it compressed it. But that's the technical component. So let's keep going. So that's the third type of video. And then the fourth video, this one is one that I do recommend that you put out into the world via YouTube and make it a little bit longer. This one is basically an entire workflow video. You've heard me say workflow videos before, but this time I'm suggesting that you share the entire workflow and be as detailed as possible, because who you're speaking to is your client first. The YouTube audience, that's a secondary benefit. So this workflow video, you're going to cover everything that's going to happen in the first week. We're going to open up your home for showings. There's a certain time window that we're going to open it up for. We ask that you're not in the property, of course. Make sure that the lights are on, the windows are, the window shades are open. Flood in as much light as possible. Clean up. put in some scents in there, whatever you suggest your your homeowners to do, that's what you're going to cover. So cover the first week, cover the second week and third week, and however many weeks you want to cover, but basically share the process. So to help you out a little bit further, I'll share with you the exact Google sheet that we use for the home seller journey to give you an idea of what a transaction looks like in a very detailed way. So this was something that we shared with our clients over and over again. We call it the home seller journey. And there we broke it down into 3 main categories: the option period, the heavy lifting period, and the final stretch period. So here we're conveying to our clients, hey, this is what's going to happen during our option period. Now, remember, I'm in Texas, so that's where a lot of this comes from. Some of you may not have the option period. And then the heavy lifting, what is expected from the home seller. So they're not rushing out the door on the 9th hour or the 11th hour trying to get out of the house, and they haven't started packing, right? So that workflow video is after the fact. And then after the transaction is over, so that workflow video is your 4th video. The 5th video is, now that you're a new homeowner, you explain what life is. Home sold. My apologies. That's after the sale. I took that from the buyer's side. There we go. The home sold video is after the sale, right? So there's certain things that you advise your clients to do. Make sure that your accountant knows that you sold the property. Make sure that you're looking out for that final statement. I don't remember what it's called, but letting your accountants know, if you're using an accountant, what ended up happening. I think they need the final sale, the closing disclosure, I think is what he usually asks from me whenever I sell my house. So educating your home seller after the sale, right? Letting them know that you do want to, at this point, you should have moved all of your, should have let the mail know that, or the post office know that here's your new address, right? So it's after the fact. So this video, again, I encourage that you make it as thorough as possible and throw it up on YouTube. This one's not going to be as long as your workflow video, but this video is one that you're speaking to your former client first, but you also get the benefit of some YouTube business, because there's a lot of people that want to know what they should have done after they sold their home, because not everybody is as detailed as you as their agent, right? So that's five videos to make. You can make all 5 videos only once. I don't encourage that. I encourage you to make your acquisition video multiple times over, because that becomes your top of funnel. That's how you bring people into your funnel. But the last 4, you only have to make once. So you're talking about the acquisition video, you have the appointment video, you have the post-appointment video, you have your workflow video, and you have your home sold video.